This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Anthony's Bar and Grill, Burger King, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KF Masters.
Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on. Make you mad, they treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh, put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats, then get busy on they. See, that's how that shit tell me, man. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go on and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. The show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun?
We're back at you on the Monday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. It is Monday. Back to work week, another day, another dollar. You know how it is. Bills got to pay. January gone. February here. For all of y'all who was waiting patiently for February, well, here February is. Finally get some dollars back in your pocket. Boy, I tell you. We got lots to talk about today. Obviously, we're going to open up the lines. So if you want to chime in and be part of the conversation, well, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Tax lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free in any one of the Family Islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go, guardiantalkradio.com. That's radio.com. All right, that's how you get it in, for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Now, big part of the conversation is definitely going to be the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
This was blazing up the pages of the Nassau Audio News and Business Matters since 1844, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Big, huge headline. Power struggles erupt at BPL. A social post by Bahamas Grid Company, BGC, on Sunday during a New Providence blackout and conversations with multiple individuals close to matters involving BGC and Bahamas Power and Light, BPL, reveal an intensifying power struggle brewing between the two entities. BGC deleted the post in which it appeared to distance itself from blame associated with an island-wide power disruption, but the post had already been extensively shared. The company was created by the U.S.-based Pike Corporation and the Bahamas government to control the transmission and distribution on New Providence. BGC informed that all of its crews were in the field working to restore power to all of the island. As for your questions on restoration, timing, and why the power went out so extensively, like many of you, we're also trying to find out more information from BPL right now, BGC said. Unfortunately, for reasons unknown to BGC, the BGC team had been denied access to New Providence Control Center by BPL management since last week, January 27th, despite it being BGC's contractual right to jointly manage the control center. As a result, only BPL was in the control center Sunday night to be able to try to assess and mitigate the outage effects in New Providence. Our hope is that by getting more information from BPL right now, we can shorten the duration of this outage and also assist in prevention of major distributions in the future, disruptions or disasters in the future, as was the intent of the public-private partnership. Would not directly confirm or deny BGC's claim that was denied access to the control center. BPL's communications director, Theo Seeley, only said Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited continues to work hand in hand with Bahamas Grid Company as we both aim to better service to consumers in New Providence, even in the face of island-wide blackout, which occurred during the early morning hours of Sunday, February 1st, 2026. Listen, man, all this back and forth. Now we just got to strike it down. When it rained, power going out. When the wind blow, power going out. When it too hot, power going out. When it too cold now, power going out. Just say that. You mean to tell me all of this what we went through with this power deal and the T&D and the grid management and Bahamas Grid Company and BPL, all of this, here we are in 2026 February, and we got the two entities responsible for power distribution in this company finger pointing. How sophomoric. And yet we wonder why we cannot get decent service, why we can't get affordable power, why we can't get, consistent power provision. It's ridiculous. I mean, and I want you to chime in. Phone lines are open, text lines are open. Chime in, let me know exactly how you feel about this. Were you affected by it? That's another whole scenario right there. How many people were affected? Who's still affected by it? And why the breakdown in communication between the two entities? What's going on with that? Let me check the text lines. Good day, Naughty Clint. Hold on, we can get to that in a second. I get into that. You're all putting the cart before the horse. So yeah, we need to deal with this. I mean, especially moving forward. I mean, we have to have better power provision than this. This is not cutting the mustard. Also, it's not cutting the mustard. Water and sewage. Now, I have had neighbors show me this. I've seen it myself. I've talked to members from water and sewage when they've come out multiple times trying to fix this situation. But now today, I was promised by one of the supervisors who came to inspect in short order. Neighbors and people have been hearing this for months. Come to find out, 3 pumps have been installed, 3 pumps have been burnt out. Well, how do you expect to rectify the situation of pumping the water, which is sewage, so you have residents with live sewage just floating up in their yard and in the house? You've installed 3 pumps. 3 have burned up. Well, what is going on? Are you buying faulty pumps? Are these pumps applicable? Are these pumps applicable but being installed incorrectly? What type of electrician do you all have working with you all to install these pumps? You could burn up 3 pumps? Dealing with overflowing sewage from manholes, sending a pump truck from one of the local sewage companies to sop up said sewage water is not rectifying the situation. It's not. It's putting a Band-Aid over an axe wound. It's not solved the problem. Do you expect people to have to walk? I mean, there are people that have to walk through this going to and from where they live. There are tourists that have Airbnbs in the vicinity that have to frequent and go through this. This is ridiculous. Now, water and sewage, y'all got to get it together, man. Y'all got to get it together. If y'all were telling me this was, pumps ordered from Tibet and they're specially designed and it takes time, and I get it. Or we have to add new parts and it's going to take X, Y, and Z. But no answers. There's always been get it straight today. And nothing. How you could burn through a whole 3 pumps and not have a solution? Well, obviously something must be wrong with the pump, something must be wrong with the installation. What's going on? Who's responsible for all of that water and sewage? Whose the portfolio does all of this fall under? It's going to get very ugly. Anyway, let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hey, no, everything good?
Hey, what's happening?
That boiled down to management and procurement, man. Correct?
Absolutely ridiculous, man. Three
What's
pumps.
What's the timeline, Naughty?
Man, this been going on for a couple of months, at least 3-4 months. Ever since that major surge we had toward the end of last year.
Wow.
And then you just stand up with
going out.
confidence and saying, we've gone through 3 pumps, we've burnt through 3 pumps. Well, but you could do burn through a 4th and a 5th? No, that's not dollar.
Exactly. They have to find out another solution.
So obviously you installing said pumps incorrectly. Said pumps don't work. You ordered the wrong pumps.
Correct.
Or you got an electrician that don't know his ear from his
How to set it
elbow.
up.
And what's going on?
These are little simple problems that can be solved, but the management team in the right management team, if you ask me. But what you was talking about earlier, but the power as well. You say you have 2 government entities fighting each other.
Look so. Look like Bahamas Grid Company, BGC, and BPL. Wyman?
Exactly. And the government saying they want to take over the Grand Bahama Power Company.
You all can't get out of your way a new province with BPL, and now you load shedding when it's hot, cold, like winter, spring, summer, fall. Or if it's hot, load shed. If it rain, load shed. If it's cold, load shed. If it's breezy, load shed.
Oh man, just ring the bell, man. This is getting ridiculous every day. Closer to this day, to get ridiculous and more ridiculous
Yeah,
every
but a
day,
lot of
man.
people saying ring the bell, but a lot of people are a lot of people registered, and if they are registered, are they prepared to vote? I mean, to get out there, the voter apathy is crazy around here. You got to shut off and get out and vote. If the country
Tell you
means
one
anything
thing,
to anybody.
everyone in my house registered on Saturday who were able to vote. So
All right,
we good to go.
Sound like you're all good to go. All right, man. Good stuff as
All
always.
right,
bro.
Naughty.
Excuse me. Let's get back on. Nor did the entire lost power 1 day ago. They blame inclement weather, a relatively normal occurrence from March and beyond every year since Jesus' birth. Neither B, A, B, C, D, or B taken last. God save us in 2026 and beyond. Boy, Texter, you ain't lie. I tell you, inclement better than anything. Load shed. Naughty, I feel like BPL was intentional in their engagement. Their employees are not happy, so I'm hearing. Well, that's what you're hearing. Any truths to these allegations? I mean, we've had some calls to talking heads, mind you. But obviously something is afoot there. Something is wrong there. Naughty, what happened to Pike and the new steel electric poles that were installed to prevent power outages? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Naughty, do these pumps have warranties? Are we buying correct pumps? Do we have the correct installers? Those were questions all that I asked, Texters. Texted us, that's the same question I asked. Who guarantees that we are not being sold inferior products which are dumped on us like a third world country? I saw what you put there at the end, that Trumpian description. Boy, I tell you. All right, let's get back to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hey, man, what's going on?
What's going on, legend?
Yeah, man, you need to play the song from Marvin Gaye. He asked him the question, too, what's going on?
Well, that's a classic by Marvin Gaye right there. Brother, what's going on?
Yeah, man, that's it.
So you tell me what's going on. I guess your phone ain't going on. I guess we lost him. Hit me back, caller. You seem to have dropped. But like I said, this is where we are in 2026. Inclement weather, load shed. Then we expect the usual power outage foolishness, but now we got the Hatfields and the McCoys going on. Over there at Bahamas Grid Company and BPL. What's really happening? Because obviously, if you got some internal disputes within or conflicts within the two companies working with each other or getting it done or getting on the same page. The consumer at the end of the day should not have to for that kind of horrible service. You all work it out behind closed doors, but it shouldn't affect us. And when it does affect us, you all should rectify it right away. It shouldn't be a blame game, finger pointing. Let's see what had happened. They did this. No. It's too late in the game for that. Naughty, may God have mercy on our souls for letting people who have the opposite beliefs take power and take advantage of our beautiful country. This is biblical weather. Even the fish froze to death. Naughty, my power is off for 11 hours on Sunday. I don't mind electricity going off, but for 11 hours, Naughty, that's ridiculous. I agree. 11 hours is crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. I mean, 11 hours. And for what? For inclement weather, for being cold. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, what's happening?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What you got for me today,
Okay,
bro?
good. What I want to be, it's unfortunate, like you say, even if there's disagreements or so whatever, misunderstandings, whatever the issue may be, the customer should never have to suffer. Exactly. Us, the human people. But, I've been advocating about a solution that I felt was a simple one, but it almost was, sometimes you foresee some things to happen, and that's why I was advocating for the government to push to have power production get put in the hands of the homeowners. Grid tie systems target clients or homeowners who use X amount of wattages per day. Then you source them a system at a basic size so they could then be able to consume enough energy to cover themselves and to produce for the country. Get compensated for it, just some form of income, some form of revenue stream in additional, and the savings that they will make from producing power for themselves. And so I felt like if they're looking for direct relief, the best way they could use it and not have to be a part of this turmoil, that would have been it. They came in with they raised about $80 million or more, left the country, no one knows what they did with it.
But look at this caller.
Initially, it could be some disclosures that help persons thinking, because, it's a pushback. A person like myself who didn't see the need for them to even go in such agreements with the asset when they could have gone and get a loan and fixed the system so they could grid tie and to be compatible for solar.
But if you look at it, most of the power in this country...
When they make decisions to allow a small group of persons to try to own the sun, production, power from the sun, which is free, God gave us, all you have to do is help the people get the systems. And it would have been far cheaper, far easier. And they would have been able to work the solution and fix their problem at the same time, because the savings that the country would receive from the less fuel, they're going to use that to fix the legacy debt, pay off the legacy debt, fix the infrastructure month by month, because they could have monetized it and to push themselves out of their issues. And so,
good stuff, caller. Good points, man. But see, caller, the problem is when you have certain entities that control power provision in this country, they want to control, it seems like, all the power provision, including solar, including potential future LNG. So not only do we have to look at different sources of natural power provision, i.e. solar, i.e. windmills, and we could do it in the Family Islands, similar to what you said, enough for residents to provide for themselves and create more power that can be generated. It makes great sense, but it's bad for business when you look at the entities that control power provision in this country. Solar? Why go solar when there's bunker C? You see what I mean? Anyhow, let's get back to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Yes, nationally. I want to address the this power thing and the next thing, right? But the last caller,
go ahead.
The last caller was right on point. You see, the consumer should own the power.
Correct, but you are for business with entities that are providing generational wealth for their families based off power off the backs of Bahamians and charging us up the wazoo, that they're never going to go to solar. Even though it makes sense.
All the parks, you have the solar. You can't the solar farms. You can't take the farmland and make solar farms for the homes and the parks. But with this thing with the PM, he shot a he shot over the bow or something. Say what he said about the nation. Say they gotta trust him. He can't trust them. How are we supposed to trust them? Come on,
look at every other
degrees and things. He don't need to be trusting them. How do you mean to trust? He need to trust them. How?
Look at how many different branches of government workers not being paid in this country, or waiting to get paid, or not having their insurance paid, and they must have faith and trust in that.
Right, and he ain't no reason for him to need to trust them. He wait for them, and they got degrees. He should trust their qualifications. That's the only trust he need in them. What he doing? What he accusing them? He need to trust them. How? Which way?
The irony, Gardner, the irony.
Why would he say that he need to trust them? If they can't trust him, he can't. In which way? He need to explain that. He can't trust them. Which way? That's foolishness.
Trusting we got a surplus, say Gardner. Anyway, let's get ahead. All right, caller, hit us back, man. Obviously, you dropped it, us back, and we'll get to you. But like I said, power provision in this country, we need to have relief, man. We need to have relief. And it still can't be that summer spike that you get that bills quadruple and quintuple over the summer months. It's crazy. Okay, we gotta get ready to get to the break. Obviously, I hear Mr. Producer running the track. Good afternoon, Naughty, not to go off topic. When not, you heard from Sparky. I saw Sparky doing a video over the weekend at a local breakfast eatery carrying on about having big breakfast. But I'm sure we could reach out to Sparky so everybody knows Sparky, okay? Good afternoon, Naughty. I want you to swing is on his last leg. Philippa Kelly have him on the run, even though Brave is on the Luther every weekend to help him. So long, bye-bye, Clay. All right, that's how Luther feels. And tell Clay you need to get with water and sewage, since that fall under works, I believe, and make sure get some of these situations, rectified. All right, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break. We'll pick up the callers, and we'll pick up the text, and we'll continue the conversation. It's an open line Monday. 4:30 p.m. is the time, and the Monday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads continues right up.
I'm my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up, when times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. The show goes on.
John's Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and drink or a one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a buttery biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC value deals have got the crunch that you're looking for. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
Get ready for the biggest football game of the year, Super Bowl 60. We have the best seat in the house for you. Join Stop at Anthony's on Paradise Island on Super Bowl Sunday, February 8th from 2 to 6 p.m. Enjoy giant screens, delicious fun food, ice-cold Collect Bear specials, prizes and surprises non-stop. It's the place to be for Super Bowl Sunday. Anthony's on Paradise Island. Watch the Patriots take on the Seahawks.
Touchdown! Seahawks!
The Star 106.5 All-Star team will be there to cheer you on from 2 to 6 p.m. It's the biggest Sunday of the year for the biggest game of the year, Super Bowl 60, live at Anthony's on Paradise Island. Don't miss it. This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
entertainers in the building.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it comes up, the show goes on. Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it comes up, the show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you laugh. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on their desk, unaffected by their threats. Then get busy on they see, that's how that shit tell me, man. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be
Well,
gold.
we're back at you on the Monday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and the company right up until 6 p.m. We're back at you on the Monday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads, Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. We're into the buzz, brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. Listen, John's got an off-the-chain new location out there, Old Fort Plaza. Definitely want to check it out. Off the chain, New Balance, fellas. If you want that hookup on New Balance and those retro UN classics, they're available for you at John's, as well as your formal wear, your casual wear, your work wear, all right? And that's for men, women, and kids, boys and girls. So be sure to check out John's new location, and then, of course, the flagship store over there in Rosetta, and out there at John's Plaza Carmichael, all right? Where service is always a pleasure at John's. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Angela again. I called back just to add to the conversation my defense. Now, you're right if the power production and who's responsible for distribution was outright private. But remember now, BPL was owned by the people. So the role of any government was to come in and use the best solution to help empower the people and still make some money, but look at the best.
Me and you on the same page, Andrew. Me and you on the same page. I was just trying to get that point in the last time, but I know you was passionate about what you was trying to say. But yeah, we on the same page. The people need to be able to be part of it. We can't be cut out of it, and then only a minority controls the entire entity for the majority. Can't work that way,
because,
man.
Okay, what happened was, remember now, the asset for BPL was owned 100% by both all Bahamians, rich and poor. When they made the transaction, what they did was they cut out the poor and resell it back to the rich, now leaving the poor to be just customers to the energy sector. That's one. Okay. Two, relief for energy is coming at 2027, which is another year from now, and we already begin to experiencing some challenges. That's a concern. Three, all I asked was for the government to do was allow power production aspect of the energy program to be owned by Bahamians or homeowners, specifically Bahamians, and they
if
could
not
outsource
owned outright,
the
at
storage
least
and
have them a
distribution.
part of the process.
I'm listening.
I said, yeah, if not own it outright, at least be a major part of the process. Have a skin in the game.
Talk about natural production to currency. That's the best way to get citizens money without having to give them any money outside of helping them get the system, and then they can start producing power and getting paid to do it. You talk about fuel. If fuel was $1, and now you have a system to produce power to replace fuel, you could negotiate with the production or the person who producing the power and say, I'm going to give you 50 cents versus $1 then, and save 50 cents and help with legacy debt and building out the infrastructure for improvement.
Good stuff, Angela. I got to get to these other calls, man. Let's get to these other calls. Talking Heads. All right, caller, hit me back. I see a couple of y'all drop today. All right, let's just hit me back if you on your cell phone, or let Mr. Producer know you on the cell phone. I'll try to get to you ASAP. Naughty, if the PRP government get Freeport power, Trump coming to take over Grand Bahama. Boy, Mitch, you ain't tired of typing in full capitals all the time to the point of annoyance? Brother Naughty, the problems and hardship from when customs and immigration was mandated to work overtime. And the nurses and doctors had problems too. So nothing has changed, so we strike and demonstrate from Grand Bahama. Sparky, I read your text on the show, but not all the time could we read your text. I mean, you sent me a text. Why can't you even read Sparky's text on your show? They even took Sparky's farmland box. Sparky, listen to me. If there's anybody who's been to bat for you on this show and on this station, it's me. But when you run out and freak yourself out and throw my co-workers under the bus, Houston, we got a problem. You done come off the reservation with me a couple of times too, but I know how to deal with you. But for the most part, yeah, I don't wish you no untoward, Sparky. I don't wish you no bad luck. As a matter of fact, Sparky, call me right now and tell me how they took your farmlands back. Please, Sparky, call and tell me how they took your farmlands back. Let me know. Good afternoon, Naughty. And Sparky, that means I giving you a bly on Talking Heads. I can't speak for my co-workers and my colleagues on any other show. Good afternoon, Naughty. After I mentioned on your show how bad Carmichael Road is, the MP is now digging up and paving in sections. That's not enough. Whole stretch needs to be paving, Mr. Bell on Robin Show. But listen, Keith Bell needs to stop his foolishness. I don't know where he going talking about putting 166 homes in the Papaw track area. If you do that, we become Pinewood number 2. From the entrance of Fish Fry, all the way west, past the White Grove, past the beach, past the hospital with Shaky Dovel trying to jump up there and make it worse on that side too. No, sir. No, sir. I'm all for housing. I'm all for people having an opportunity to get in housing and a piece of the rock. But not to the detriment of neighborhoods and flooding out complete zones because people want to line their pockets. No, sir. Naughty, good afternoon. Not excused by Bahama Grid regarding its inability to deal with the power outage over the weekend is rubbish. If I'm not mistaken, the chairman of BPL, at least one other director, are also on the board of Bahama Grid. Excuse me. Naughty, I saw that same video you talking about, and tell Sparky take it easy on the brown bottle. I tell you, Sparky, take it easy on the brown bottle. But yeah, I'm done. I want to know. But again, all right, here we go. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Now look here. Before you even run out, this ain't no bail. This ain't no get out of jail free card. This is simply a hall pass for you to walk freely among the compound, all right? While others remain in their cell. I want to make sure you okay. How art thou, Sparky?
I am fine. Naughty, thank you very much. It's a new year. I thought people talk, but we are a Christian nation. We believe in peace, love, and forgiveness. But if Sparky ever did something wrong sometime along the way last year, the people that tell me about forgiveness seem to be the ones that don't know how to forgive.
Boy, I tell you, Sparky.
But anyway, Naughty, you know I worked, and I can say it loud and clear. I'm 74 years old. And you know, Naughty, I worked by my butt off to get the PLC elected the last election. We know that.
You did.
And you know I came down hard. And I know the Prime Minister of the party of the day told me, thank you, Sparky, for what you did. Now, I've been given, before the PLP came in, I've been given 2 acres of land off Gladstone Road to start a farm. I invested over $25,800 into the farm. I also have a 40-foot container on the farm. Me and I paid great notes from those of them to $7,500 to clear down the farm. Me and my children and grandchildren, great notes of them went down there to plant mango trees, dairy trees, coconut trees, and trees, because I didn't want to put down no pumpkin and things because people will steal tomatoes and things. So I say, let me put up the big trees. Maybe I could get some avocados and things. They can't carry the tree, but I might end up some fruit. The other day, I got a call from a neighbor across the road from me. Naughty, I have the documents in my hand with my lease from the farm, the fishery, before the PLP came into power. In fact, Michael Bentard was the one that told me to go up there the week before election. He was finally going to give me the land. Me, Angela Albury, my son, and my grandson, we went up there and we signed that. I've been taking care of the farm all those times. First of all, Naughty, the first year, most of us couldn't even get to the farm because of the bad roads until they fixed the roads. Even the roads, if you go down there with me, Naughty, you'd say, how the hell they expect people to have a farm when you can't even get to the farmland?
That's Sparky. We spoke about it on the show. Now let's cut to the chase. How they took your land.
Now the other day, 2 weeks ago, I got a call from the guy across the road. Says, Sparky, what's going on with the farm? I said, what? He said, there's a tractor down here clearing down about 4 farms, about 4 of us with acres each. It's clearing down your farm. I said, all the trees you planted down here, gone. I said, what?
No, Sparky.
Hold on, Naughty. He said, even where you dig the well, they don't cover up your well with the water on it. I said, but the container still sitting there? He said, yeah. They clear all around the container. My land, Mr. John Lewis land, Dr. Nigel Lewis, brother east of me, Mr. The attaché from Haiti who retired from the Defense Force, his land behind me and 3 other people's land gone. They said the man north of us, who got about 40 acres with sheep, goats running all over the place, he requested from agriculture 20 more acres, and they give it to him. They didn't even call us, Naughty.
You all get together.
I got my document in my hand while I talking to you, right in the bed with me.
Sparky, get all of the people affected by that, who have paperwork for their land, if they have proper documentation for their acreage. You all get together, get a lawyer, and bring a class action suit, because obviously something went awry that they destroy y'all's property. The property owner with 40,000 acres wants 20,000 more for his sheep and goats, but do the due diligence and find out where he could get it. You can't uproot already existing farms that have been awarded to people. That's crazy.
But even people in the Prime Minister's office, they say, Sparky, they try. Apparently, Brave Davis don't even know what's going on. Joe Bow, we can't contact him. He's the Minister of Agriculture. Apparently, he okayed this to happen. And he's a valley boy just like me.
All right, Sparky, good stuff.
I can't even get to talk to Joe Bow Campbell.
I gotta get to some other calls and other texts, but you got the green light with me. Call me, but you gotta behave yourself. The minute you run afoul, you're going back in solitary, eh? But I gotta make sure we gotta try how to get your land back if they took your land like they say, man. That's crazy. All right, let's get to these other texts. And I promise I would have gotten this. Good afternoon, Naughty. Clinton doesn't have the power no more on ZNS. He resigned and didn't get the nomination. Howard Grant has his job as a talk host. Clinton is jobless. He needs to go and work for Eyewitness News. Wow. Well, I know that all went down over the weekend. And it does seem like Clinton is out in the cold. And why? I mean, that's really, when you think of all what Clinton put in, a simple letting him know ahead of time, look, nothing happening, bro. Hold your position as GM and do X, Y, and Z, but nothing happening. So now, obviously, it proves that there's more, infighting or inward motion within the PLP with different tribes. It's very tribal. You got different fiefdoms and factions and allegiances and teams, and there's a lot of pulling and tugging and pulling and pushing and pulling and backing and forthing. And Yeah, and yeah, Clint did lose Battle of the Bulge out there in Southern Shores to Obi Roberts. And Obi's lost his share too. And obviously, you know, it took him losing on those previous accounts to say, let me hitch my wagon to Team Mitchell and I should be straight. And here we are in 2026. So there you have it. But when you look at it, you have a lot of disgruntled PLPs over that selection. You have a lot. And they're going public with it. So there is no denying that there's major infighting in the PLP. There's major issues going on. And then when you look at, you go back to the headlines. You look at some of the folks ratified. And you all got to add one story with BPL and you all run hot straight out the box, boy. You all gone on, you all run with that. But we covered a lot of stuff too. But out of the 13, I look at the 13 ratified candidates, I'm like, okay, hold on a second. Robin Lyons Kalani, all right. About time they give Miss Lyons something, but they put her in a tough seat to run with. Randy Rowland Bimini in the Berry Islands. Renika Knowles in Long Island. Kingsley Smith in West End, Grand Bahama. The amount of complaints that's come out of West End and Grand Bahama since the by-election. And you all returning this individual who obviously is not popular on the ground. Park O'Deal, Central Grand Bahama. Monique Pratt, East Grand Bahama. Ginger Moxie, Pine Ridge. Eddie Wan. Can somebody tell me, is Eddie Wan, is that a Bahamian name? I ain't trying to be facetious last name. I'm just trying to find out. Because it could be possible, but I've never heard of the Wans. In Marco City, no less. Keno Wong in St. Anne's, Glennis Hannah Martin in Engliston, Chester Cooper in Exhume in Ragged Island, and Philip Davis in Cat Island, Rumkey in San Salvador. I'm looking at that, a lot of the same old. And some of the new faces are like, you know, you've run before and been defeated, and then some of the new faces too are like, who are you? Who are you? We'd like to know. So yeah. I'm sure there's going to be some repercussions from you know, that Southern Shores fallout. I am quite sure. The administration gave Sparky the land, and he's still spitting dog them face. And now his party screwing him over and took the land back. You can't make this stuff up. Only here in Bikini Bottom, known as the Bahamas. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
What's happening, buddy?
What's going on?
Calling on behalf of Sparky, man.
Well, I just spoke to Sparky, but I mean...
I know, but he's my boy, man. He's my boy, you know. He's giving me a hard time, but, you know, that's... You know, this shows a serious problem or disturbance in the political space-time continuum.
Yep, it does.
We can't make this up.
As a comedian, I can't write it no funnier, man. As a satirist, I can't write it no funnier.
Hey, it's something you could not anticipate or expect. But I think, you know, Sparky has a good case, you know, and he has a lot of persons on his side. You know, I think the Prime Minister got a backup on this one, boy.
Well, we got to keep an eye on it and see how it play out. I don't think badly into that silently into that good night. I think they're gonna go
on Southern Shores, right?
Correct.
I think Obi got tired of taking one for the party.
So now he's taking one for Team Mitchell, I guess. Because I hear that's where he hitched his wagon.
Man, well, this is gonna be interesting.
Very interesting.
Hey, I hope you be on the panel on like Election Nation.
With Guardian, we should, man. If not me, MJ for sure. But yeah, we should be on.
Yeah, man. MJ, stay safe, buddy.
Good stuff, man. Let me get back to these texts. Good stuff, though. All right. Naughty Leroy Major is going to be a problem for the PLP in Southern Shores. Frozen fish washing up on the beach at Andros. What is this? So Naughty Clint and Sparky finally got what the Bahamian people have been getting for the past 4 years. Basically, welcome to the club, eh? That's good for Clint, the way he did minutes in the last election. is coming back on him. Let him go campaign with Obi and pray the PLP wins so he can get a PS or a senator's job. Naughty Juan, I've been in Freeport for years and years and years. Just making sure I just want to find out, you know. You can't. Mr. Producers, we got any other calls? Put them through. Talking Heads. All right, I see that one drop. So if you're waiting too long and hanging too long, call back and we'll get you back on. But yeah, that whole scenario. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Yet again, more insight about the infight in the PLP tax to chiming in. Leroy Major's going to be a problem in Southern Shores. I mean, a lot of people have come out vocal. Even some of the big, heavy artillery PLP trollery have gone public with it as to who they support, and in certain areas they don't agree, and they're going to do what they need to do. So this is going to be very interesting, and it shouldn't create more voter apathy. What it should do is inspire voters to get up and register to vote if they haven't registered, and if you've already registered, be prepared to vote. And if you've been sitting it out the last couple of elections, get up. If you're registered, get out and vote. That's the only way we're going to change it. Good afternoon, Naughty. Wouldn't have it been a great national service to put in the easiest seat so that both she and Senator Barnett could have both brought their excellent contributions and solutions to the House of Assembly? They both should be advocating for the public instead of the half-wits we are getting from too many MPs. Boy, how do you really feel, Texter? Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, good evening, sir. And how are you today?
How are you, bro? You all right? Good to hear from you.
Well, I got a couple revelations in recent times, in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to speak in a parable. A gentleman told me he's not voting a certain color, which is his regular color, because he doesn't like the leader of that party. So if you are faithful to one, and maybe you have an issue with the leader, then you see how things are going to get mixed up. My other revelation came. Everybody, I don't know if you're in, myself included, have been admiring the Barbadian Prime Minister, Mia Mottley. But I just, in looking at her style of rally, and she's doing a nice campaign and all the rest of it, they're going for a third term. But I also saw that she had some serious issue earlier, or she created some problem in her party, which caused a former prime minister of her party to resign from the party. In the bottom line, he's a very rough and sometimes mean and dirty game. Wayne Ortiz, the former prime minister of Barbados, member of the BLP, Barbados Labour Party, and the rest of it. So I think we are getting there where it's going to be so dicey, the election might be hard to call.
It might be hard to call. So it's gone from people saying too straight to now it's dicey, hard to call. What's going on?
Yeah, but we also got to look at geopolitics and the way the world and so on. I don't know who have a hand in this election coming up, and who have a horse in the race, and who would like to see what outcome and so on. But we really got to put the Bahamas first. You know,
country first, and all of and everything second. I'm with you.
All right.
Good stuff. Always good to hear from you, man. Let me get these last couple of texts. Naughty, the Southern Shore seat caused a big problem in the PLP because Leslie Miller said that Clint was the best man for the job. I'm telling you, and the pot cake feeling it too. Yeah, the pot cake got some issues as well. The pot cake ain't happy. That's what I will see. But we do got to get to the break. Flip side of the break, we'll be into the 5 o'clock hour right after the news. We'll continue this. We'll take some more of your calls and more of your texts. And then, of course, we'll also talk sports in the 5 o'clock hour. So keep it right where you got it. The Monday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
See the sun thunder. Just remember when you come up. Show's out. Alright, already the show goes on. From night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being
Grill tastes better. At the Burger King Nassau, you'll see our legendary Whopper with cheese is made with 100% flame grilled beef for that juicy and smoky barbecue flavor you love. Topped with fresh ingredients and nestled in an even fluffier bun. And right now, enjoy BK's Whopper with cheese combo with fries and a drink for just $9, including that. The King gives more food and more. The flame grill difference at any of Burger King's 7 locations in Nassau.
Get ready for the biggest football game of the year, Super Bowl 60. We have the best seat in the house for you. Join Star 106.5 All-Star Team live at Anthony's on Paradise Island on Super Bowl Sunday, February 8th from 2 to 6 p.m. Enjoy giant screens, delicious fun food, ice-cold Calick Bear specials, prizes and surprises non-stop. It's the place to be for Super Bowl on Paradise Island. Watch the Patriots take on the Seahawks.
Touchdown! Seahawks!
The Star 106.5 All-Star Team will be there to cheer you on from 2 to 6 p.m. It's the biggest Sunday of the year for the biggest game of the year, Super Bowl 60, live at Anthony's on Paradise Island. Don't miss it. This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 0.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Anthony's Bar and Grill, Burger King, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, and Prince Masters.
Anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when the show was out. Alright, already the show goes on. From night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth. Hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they. See, that's how that shit tell me, man. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up and LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when you come up.
We're back at you on the Monday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty in your company right up until 6 p.m. Until 5 o'clock. We'll talk some more BPL. We'll talk more about Southern Shores. Talk more about some text coming in from Grand Bahama. We'll get to the sports in short order for sure. Pearly will be chiming in, so listen out for him. How about now, Mr. Producer? Be good now? Naughty, the Southern Shore Sea causing a big problem in the PRP. Leslie Miller was right. Your earlier text was correct. Leslie Miller had that and more to say regarding Clinton Southern Shores. And I'm a PRP. Naughty, I'd like to see what Leslie said on Beyond the Headline show tonight. Glennis Martin said everyone should be calm, even if they didn't get the ratification. If it was her who was not ratified, she would have been screaming, running. Naughty, the power of talking heads forced the PRP to move their Land Rover parked on Go Slow Band. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And it's talking heads like you texting and calling and chiming and raise awareness that they move it. It's probably parked somewhere else, you know. If you go out east, it's probably on the eastern coastline parked up. I'm just saying. Double check, make sure. Prior talking to, anyway, I can leave that alone. I could go a couple ways with that as well too, boy. But I can leave that. But like I said, 5:09 p.m. is the time. And a lot of people still talking about the situation. Now listen, I get where people are coming from. And let me be brutally honest. In regards to Mr. Watson, Clinton put in work the last election, man. Clinton man up. He did. He took the previous administration to task. But now, as part of this administration, I hate to tell him, but looked like they served him up. Looked like this was a whole play in order to get him out of the way. No nomination in Southern Shores. Are you still GM at ZNS? Or you resign that post? No more talk show? What's happening now? What's happening? You know, say, was this orchestrated? Was this calculated? Or is this just bad? Naughty, I hope the PRPs can see that Brave is not in control of the party, otherwise they would have gotten that nomination. Tell you, a lot of disgruntled PRPs out there. A lot. A lot. And in the past, where they just stay quiet and mad from the sideline, they're making noise as they go to the sideline this go round. And all the finger pointing they do toward the F&M, they got very similar, just as many similar or more skeletons in their closet regarding ratifications and so on and so forth. One thing about the F&M, they've delivered in doses. So I guess you could take in their candidates, see exactly who they are, figure out if it works for you. You know, let them resonate on you for a minute. The PRP is rushed to ratify, but who have they ratified? A lot of the same olds. Same olds who got us in the predicament they were in now. So does that make much sense? And then some of the new faces don't seem so new. They seem like they've been waiting for their turn for a little while. So they started to age on themselves a little bit. You got to look at the options. Naughty regard, comma. What? That is a good way to look at it. Let's get the Naughty. Clint still has his singing group. Maybe they can visit Dubai and sing there again. Not on our dime, though. I was wondering why it moved. How exactly did the talking heads get the derelict vehicle removed? I seem to have missed that. Everybody's the talking head. You chime in, you call in, you text in. You raise awareness. You give solutions. Yeah, if you got a bellyache and moan a little bit, that's fine. As long as you got a solution at the end of the day, that's fine. And that was just a lot of folks that live in the West wondering why a white Range Rover with PLP signs and decorations and decal and paraphernalia has been posted up there for a week, going on 2. Obviously, you know, the message got somewhere. The power of talking heads. The talk show that other talk shows listen to. So we'll see. Yeah, I know how this crew go, though. Ain't no law for them. They'll probably be parked up there by Thursday. Again. Anyway, let's go back to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hey, you naughty.
Afternoon.
You know, good afternoon. With Clint Watson, I'm assuming he probably didn't get the post because his arms was a bit tired of all that water toting. You know, but I'm looking to see him. I'm looking to probably see him be ambassador or something. Prime Minister Davis is going to give him something big. You know, I want him and Anton, they have to get something big for their water toting. You know, it was a bigger bucket, probably one with a cover on it this time, so the water don't splash out. You know what? I don't feel like he would have.
Anton has already been. He's going to be the spiritual and political advisor to Howard Grant on the new talk show.
He is going to spiritually advise someone?
I was being facetious.
Exactly. I'm about to recommend a new water, one that is also sold by a spiritual person, you know, for their show. But in any event, I'm happy, but that he did not get that, because I don't think he would have done well for them there anyway. People really like him like that. He don't have the personality to put. He have a big mouth. That I could say. He can definitely carry on and carry the F&M to task. But outside of that, I don't see him doing it.
We'll see how it goes.
And for Kingsley Smith there in West End, if those people put that man, that do nothing man back there, they deserve everything and more. The same way, may God rest his dead, Vaughn Miller. The people know he was the do nothing person. They still put him back and then complain. All because of party favors. We have to get out of this party color business and look what's best for our country, or we won't go anywhere really, really fast.
And we got to get out of that party mind frame, because this whole Southern Shores is exposed to infighting in the PRP once again that they claimed and denied that it's not there. But obviously it's rearing its ugly head.
Exactly, because I thought once the Prime Minister likes the person, usually would get the nomination. You know,
no, Mr. Mitchell got to have his say in that too now.
But you never know, and then somebody should have given Clinton a heads up, you know, so he wouldn't be sure for an unsure.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it was handled poorly all the way around. Let's see how it all plays out and falls out, because I think more fallout from this coming.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, good stuff. Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads.
Hey, good afternoon, Nolly. Yeah, hello?
Go ahead, bro. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. I want to say too, man. You know, Clint Watson. I'm disappointed what happened to him, because for a gentleman would come out that he was robbed, and then you join the same bandwagon which you allege at the time was robbing the people. I mean, like
and that makes you an accessory, correct?
It makes you right. So I mean, and then after joining up with the same alleged robbers, right? You expect not to get swing or robbed, and that's what they did. And now is potential. I mean, I don't expect for the PLP to win the next January election, so you could consider is looking for a sharp job or something, or open up a store, become an entrepreneur. But because who in their right mind can sit down and listen to Clint Watson from this point on any radio show? Because if you could put on a PLP shirt or F&M shirt or any political shirt to try to get a nomination, and you running a national entity, I mean, when I hope he didn't resign, but I know they ain't gonna make him resign, because accountability ain't a part of the PLP. Have a nice day, my brother.
All right, bro. Good stuff as always, man. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people got the same sentiments. But I think he did resign and step down. I think now he's, like an earlier text to say, seems to be out in the cold. Naughty, can they move the derelict cars and stray dogs from Lifeboy Street, Chipman Way? It is a car display showroom and puppy hotel through that road. Please ask the authorities to deal with the cars through Lifeboy Street. That shouldn't be a problem through there, you know. I mean, considering that's a PLP bastion right there. That would fall in Centerville, correct? That would fall under Mr. Campbell. I'm sure Joe will get that squared away. Naughty, you're correct. Fred Mitchell is the de facto boss of the PFP. Oh, God. All right, let's get back to the phone lines. We got any other calls? Talking Heads. All right, lines are open. Text lines are open. Feel free to chime on in. But yeah, a lot of, denying about the infighting in the PLP, but there seems to be a lot of that. And what does that say for a party? How stable is that party going into the next general election with all that infighting? Will it be able to stand the test of time, or will it crumble from within? And indirectly Bahamians suffer in the process. You know, I was kind of put off a little bit by some of the comments of Mr. Roberts yesterday when talking to the news outlets. And I get it, you're a team player. I get it. You come up in the PLP. Your dad is one of the most legendary chairmen in the history of this country. The late, great Mr. Bradley Roberts, Big Bad Brad. But, you know, you've been passed over several times by the party. You get your nomination now, and the first thing you say, your commitment is to the party. Your dedication is to the party. If you want to serve, shouldn't you want to serve country first, Mr. Roberts? And people first? And your party second was best for the country, right? It can't be what's best for the party, the country. That's probably been our problem all these years. That we worry party first and country second. And now it's, you know, it's festered and grown. And here we are. It's festered to the point where we have a huge boil. And it's ugly. And it takes away from good governance in this country. It does. All right, Mr. Producer, let's get to the first break. Flip side of the break, we'll start talking some sports. Purdy should be in the building. Keep it right where you got it.
Building. Yeah. Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun up? Just remember when you come up. The show goes on all right. Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun up?
For reliable and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located at Masterphone 302-2361.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and drink or a one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a buttery biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC value deals have got the crunch that you're looking for. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Kana's in the building. Yeah. Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun up? Just remember when you come up. The show already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun up? Just remember when you come up. The show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh, put my kicks up on their desk, unaffected by their threats. Then get busy on their See, that's how that shit tell me, man. That's how my daddy raised me. They That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go on and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream. So anybody ever wonder when they will see the thunder? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on all night. Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream. So anybody ever wonder when they will see the thunder? Just remember when you come up. One in the air for the people ain't here. Two in the air for the father that's there. Three in the air for the kids in the ghetto. Four for the kids that don't want to be there. None for the trying to hold him back. Five in the air for the
We're back at you on the Monday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. We got Pearly zooming in.
A pleasant good afternoon, people. Pleasant good afternoon to you, Naughty.
Are you okay?
I'm most wonderful.
Pleasant good afternoon. That's not like you.
All right, let's start over then. Start over. Do it again.
No, let's just keep it moving.
Okay, because I was going to give you something different.
Are you going to give me something different? All right, let's get this call out of the way, then we'll talk some sports. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
It take too long.
Mr. Producer. Talking Heads. We got the call or we don't got the call? All right, caller, call us back. Some of y'all have been very impatient today.
Spoiled.
Yeah, very spoiled. But anyhow, I'm sure Mr. Producer will patch it in and we got it. We got the call back, Mr. Producer? All right, hit us back, caller. You seem to have dropped off. Hit us back.
Naughty.
We'll get you on.
I have a question to ask you.
Yes, go ahead.
Did you see that pathetic, and I mean pathetic, display by our Los Angeles Lakers yesterday?
Don't put me in that, but yeah.
I mean, that zone defense couldn't stop them from couldn't stop the Knicks from hitting threes.
My focus on the Lakers next year, keeping Reeves, keeping Doncic, a couple other players, and then jettison LeBron and rebuild.
Quick ego. Because when I look at it, the next two top scorers didn't score 20 points. And they beat us handily.
Landry Shamet had 23. Landry freaking Shamet.
Okay.
Let's go to the call. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Hey, Nutty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know it's Super Bowl Sunday now, but you know,
Is that your fellow Yankee fan?
I've been watching a lot of stuff. I'm not impressed. I think Hal Steinbrenner needs to make up his mind as whether he want to invest in the Yankees or what, because I'm not impressed with what has happened in the offseason. It's only a matter of a week or two before.
Yankee enthusiasts out of New York saying that the Yankees on paper have improved over last season. I don't know.
So you improved from a third place?
Yeah, no, I'm talking in terms of we haven't made no investment. All we did was sign somebody who was already a part of New York Yankees. We haven't done nothing.
That's my point. They're saying we've made improvements. I don't see it, but anyhow.
No, I don't see any improvement. I think we're going backwards. We didn't go forward. It just he now remind me of the Miami Dolphins. We got to get serious in New York. That's a big city. We can't play nonsense with $300 million. No, you have to go beyond. Right now, the Dodgers has already spent in excess of $400 million.
But don't sleep on the Dolphins. They made some good hires in the offseason. They hired a good GM.
Necessary for the New York Yankees, yeah? You understand what I'm saying?
I got you. Good points there, caller. Good points.
Naughty, you could ask
the Dolphins, I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to get a word in edgewise, but I know Yankee fans get passionate, but you really can't throw the Dolphins under the bus. I actually like what you did, the GM hiring, the coach hiring, and the head coach hiring, and then the defensive coordinator. I think it works hand in hand.
Some good moves, yeah. But I want to ask the caller some application. We're taking applications for the defectors into the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Cut his mic, Mr. Producer. Cut his mic.
Because, we're taking applications this week. But anyway, no problem.
You are running far off the reservation now.
No, I know your Mr. Sands, the caller, the Yankee fan, is very upset. So I'm trying to appease him and offer him some solace. There's a home for him. Our tent is big, and he's more than welcome. But after March the 25th, when the season starts, we take no more applications.
Yeah, I see that. And it's looking, barring catastrophic injury, y'all should three-peat. And I mean, that's losing couple arms and couple bats. I think y'all should be able to maneuver it.
You'll be all right.
It all depends on Roberts, though.
Well,
you know he likes to overthink it sometimes.
No, I think he's found his niche. Last year, he had a terrible bullpen. He made some adjustments and won a World Series. The year before that, he had a lot of injuries in the starting pitch, and he made some adjustments. He's been able to manage a team that has a lot of injuries and still maintain the excellence in play. So I think he's found his niche, and I'm now a Dave Roberts fan.
You're a Dave Roberts fan now. But I know there was a time you wasn't no Dave Roberts fan now, boy.
No, because I question him, but then I've seen he's matured as a manager. He has improved his play calling, and his strategic play calling, and he's been making some very good moves. I can't kill him for that.
Well, he's won, so you can't knock him for winning. There must be a method to his madness.
Yeah.
But we'll see where it goes.
Well, one of the gutsiest calls, I remember when in the 81 World Series when Tommy Lasorda went with Mike Williams, and Mike Williams hit a home run. It was a gut call. Dave Roberts did the same thing with a gut call with Miguel Rojas, and it paid off.
Yes, indeed. Now we got to pivot to the NBA there, Pearly. On the heels of what you opened with, the Lakers really did stink up the joint the other day. But let me just give you some headlines from the NBA. Rozier wins salary dispute with the NBA. Despite being suspended for gambling on the NBA, he still wins his salary dispute with the NBA. Jason Kidd fined $35,000 for blasting refs after the loss. LeBron named an all-star reserve, extending his record. The last possible all-star reserve to be named was the great LeBron James. You think he'll play some defense in that game? Because he wasn't playing none other night, Pearly. All right, Pearly must be on mute.
They don't play defense in the All-Star game. The score be 170 to 180.
But this is a different kind of All-Star game, man.
But my thing about it is, if this is a sign that he's retiring, then I don't have a problem with him making this his last All-Star game. Fine.
But I don't think he's retiring. I think he leeches on to another franchise one more year chasing the ring somewhere.
It won't happen.
We'll see. Pistons beat the Nets by 53 points, Pearly.
The Nets got a lot. Let's hope we could beat them bad this week.
And Jamal Murray finally made an all-star team for the Denver Nuggets. Long overdue, I think. I think he could have made it a couple of years in a row now.
He usually don't heat up until after the All-Star game. But this year he's played along the fly. I hope he don't decline after the All-Star game this year, because normally he builds up, and then he starts playing ball in April, May, June. So let's see what happens.
We'll see that. You got to watch that play out, though.
Yeah.
But I think, like I say, there's going to be some moving and shaking in L.A.
Yeah, I think so. They may pull the trigger on something this week. Let's see what happens.
I think some deadline.
Yeah, let's wait and see. So time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell. Time is the great decider in this one, but I'm looking at Giannis over here, and it looks like Giannis is ready to fly the coop there, Pearly.
He's been ready. He's punched out in Milwaukee. I mean,
3 days to go before the deadline. The market for Giannis is crazy.
Doc Rivers says Friday will be the best day of his life this year, when he can laugh and say Giannis is still a buck. So we'll see.
The Miami Heat, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Golden State Warriors, and New York Knicks are considered the favorites and are the most active suitors for a deal to get done.
could see him in New York.
Now, another one that I could see him in New York, but I could also see him with Miami or Minnesota too, you know.
No, I could see him in New York. I mean, I could see him in either one of those two, but I think he'll be New York at the end of the day.
Now, I'm hearing a wicked landing spot for Ja Morant. The Boston Celtics.
For who?
Ja Morant.
For who?
I don't know if they're going to do draft picks or some of them players off the bench, but let me pull up the article. But I've been hearing Morant to Boston rumors.
So if that's what's happening, that means that Tatum is not progressing the way he is, or where they thought he would be.
Well, he was expected to be out for the whole year.
But they were saying maybe by playoff he'll be back. I doubt that.
That's an Achilles, though.
Yeah.
So let's see. But the rumors have been swirling. Okay. Let me just pull up the news here. The latest news breaking in about a week ago, coming in from last week into this week. Ja Morant latest plus what's Boston and Detroit, Philadelphia thinking. So those are all teams that are potential suitors. Boston, Philadelphia, and Detroit. And I could see him in all of those locations, you know.
Probably so.
But what are they going to give up?
That's the question to ask. That's why I think the Knicks, pajamas, and the first round pick, I see that could happen.
It's been reported before, but now it's heating up in plenty other places in recent weeks. But the Boston Celtics are going to be active at the trade deadline, looking for another center and potentially another guard. In Boston's dream scenario, could talk with Memphis about Jan Zubats, but neither player is available. More realistically, keep an eye on the Okongwu from Atlanta, Daniel Gafford from Dallas, and Celtics old friend Robert Williams III now in Portland could be traded back to the Celtics. As far as the guard landscape goes, Ja Morant is slowly but surely gaining steam within the Celtics organization. So they might do it. They might do a move there.
Well, let's wait to see what happens.
He'd be wicked in Detroit with Cade Cunningham and them too. Give them another scorer, because I think that's what they need. But anyway, we got to get to the picks there, Pearly, because we got a decent Rich Eisen taking us home today. And Rich really went in on the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, what would they have been if they would have kept Sam Darnold? What do you think they would have been, Pearly? Do you think that would have been worthwhile if they had kept Sam Darnold?
Minnesota?
Yeah.
They had a winning record this year. They were 9-8. I think he would have been good for maybe 3-4 more wins. So they could have been 12-5.
Correct.
He could have been that division, taking in mind how Detroit played.
How that ended up with what, an 11-6 record?
Yeah. So there's a good chance they could have been that division.
They could have been enough for sure, I think. I definitely think they could have been in that conversation. All right, let's look at the NBA tonight. You got not a lot of games, but you got some good games on top. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 games on the day. The Hornets already took care of the Pelicans 102-95. 7 p.m. game, you got the Rockets on the road against the Pacers. I like the Rockets in this one minus the 6 points, Pearly.
Yeah, I like the Rockets in minus the 6 points. 6 points as well. They're playing solid basketball.
And the Pacers, like I say, they're done for the year. They've got major injuries. I think that, they're playing better than I thought they'd play.
That's true.
They've won some games I didn't expect them to win. They've been more competitive than I thought. But like I said, they're not one of the better teams in the NBA. And I like the Rockets on the road to get it by the 6 points. Timberwolves on the road against the Grizzlies. This should be very interesting. Timberwolves are 5-point favorites, 5.5-point favorites. I think the Timberwolves win by 3 buckets tonight, to tell you the truth. I think they cover the 5.5 points.
I'll take that as well. I agree with you.
They've been playing some good basketball lately, offensively and defensively. So I think, I think they get it done. 76ers on the road against the Clippers. Philadelphia minus 1.5. 27-21 versus 23-25. Just for the hometown boys' sake, I'm going to roll with VJ and the Clippers with the VJ and the Sixers and take them by the 1.5.
And Harden is out, so I'm gonna take the Sixers and the points.
And that explains the 1.5 point, the one in the hook for the Sixers right there.
Yeah.
Harden is injured. I don't know if LA is going to be able to recover. They may be able to get to that bubble round, but I don't think they're going to finish anything better than that. I think Father Time is a problem with them. Too many older players injured.
Yeah. Can't stay consistent.
No, not in the least. But like I say, we should keep an eye on it. Week one of Super Bowl, day one of Super Bowl week. This is the week where we get all the crazy interviews out of the way, Pearly. You know how many people are going to be interviewed Super Bowl week?
Everybody except the water boy.
No, they's interviewing them too now.
Okay.
It's a union thing.
Even the cheerleaders.
Everybody. I mean, to the point of nauseum.
Yeah.
What did you do in the third grade? I mean, we don't care what you did. He's the defensive tackle for the Seahawks. Asking about the game. I don't care about what he did in the third grade.
What did you have for breakfast? Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's crazy, but it's all part of Super Bowl week. It should be a great Super Bowl. Obviously, we'll talk about it more during the week. We'll talk about it on Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the press box and get everybody ready for the big game. And we still got games tonight. We still got NBA to watch. And you're now days away from pitches and catches reporting, correct?
The 12th.
We Pearly, that's right there.
Yep, next week.
So what the pitches and catches can do for the next couple of weeks? Just throw bally.
No, next. Well, there's some pitches like Snell is not going to be ready because he rested. Most of the Dodgers players rested a little longer than normal. So they're going to need spring training to get their act together. So Snell probably won't be ready for opening day, probably a week or two after. But the catchers and pitchers come in, they start getting to know each other. They work on signals, stuff like that. And then the rest of the team comes in about 3-4 days.
The mechanics of it all. Yeah.
Not just the mechanics, but the play calling, all that stuff. They get on sync with each other like that. And then they start working on certain pitches. Like Yuki Sasaki, he's working on a cutter. So he's going to try training. So stuff
he should
like
be
that.
nasty if he could get that under control.
Yeah, if he gets it under control, he's going to be nasty.
All right, I'm starting to feel sick to my stomach talking about the Dodgers. So on that note, Pearly, I bid you farewell. I appreciate you chiming in today. As always, good stuff. We'll do it again tomorrow right here on Talking Heads. Rich Eisen taking us home with a good breakdown. Good breakdown on the Minnesota situation and some other tidbits from the NFL. And like I said, for Pearly, for MJ, this is your boy Naughty. We'll do it again tomorrow right here on Talking Heads.
Ciao.
Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it comes up, the show was out. Alright, already the show goes on. Night till the morning, we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it comes up, the show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh, put my kicks up on their desk, unaffected by their threats, then get busy on their see, that's how that shit tell me.
Naughty Johnny's restaurant can only be described as the experience you want to recreate again and again and again. Their motto is simple food done well. You're welcome into their home at Naughty Johnny's, where you can dine on crack conch fritters, and other Bahamian favorites. There's also an international flair that's guaranteed to offer something for everyone. Enjoy a good meal and listen to a live band on their patio Friday and Saturday nights, or brunch on Saturday and Sunday, only at Naughty Johnny's restaurant in the Old Town Plaza, Old Fort. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Naughty Johnny's, well worth the trip.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you want to look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, want to step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and drink or a one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a buttery biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC value deals have got the crunch that you're looking for. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The other thing that you know is that it's a copycat league. And everyone's going to take a look and say, I want that. This team has made the Super Bowl, and I want that. And I guess, how do you copycat what New England's done? Which is hold on to your third overall draft choice, because that's going to be the quarterback that's going to go to the Super Bowl from the draft class first, not the ones taken above him. It's very rare that you go quarterback to start a draft like 2 years ago, and the third one taken is the one that goes. The one that was second overall got close last year in the NFC Championship game in Jaden Daniels. Didn't get there, but Drake May is in. And his first year, he didn't start here. He had a coach that clearly wasn't fitting, or the ownership group thought wasn't working, and they're going to take that quarterback with the rest of his draft class and this year's draft class, and then hire a new coach who's somebody who knows your area very well because he won 3 Super Bowls as a player for you. and that, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to
with the OC who 3 others,
right, and get that guy back just in time, right, to save the quarterback that you got third overall last year from a fate, say, like Sam Darnold, who's now in the Super Bowl, chosen third overall in 2018, and he was part of a draft class in the first round that had 5 quarterbacks taken. He was the second one taken third overall, but he is the first of that draft class in the first round to make a Super Bowl. And that's where, if I am an owner in the National Football League, by the way, I just raised my net worth.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
Considerably raised my net worth.
Yeah. You're buying.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I might need a loan.
Well, which means I now own a piece of ESPN.
Oh,
hey now.
Which means, listen.
You're your own boss.
There's so many different ways I can go here now. All right. And so I would say, let's find us one of those. Certainly when you're taking a look at a team that just got beaten by Drake May a couple weeks ago, and you're the Houston Texans, and you're now in a position to say, do we pay C.J. Stroud $50-something million a year based on what we've seen already? Do we feel he is the guy that we should give a $200 million contract to right now, as opposed to getting us a Sam Darnold, which would be a very risky move because it's very unconventional to take a kid that you've already gotten. I'm just using Houston as an example for many reasons. Because, you know, they're the ones who are going to be next up trying to figure out what to do with their quarterback in C.J. Stroud. Do they extend him? He has made the playoffs in the second round all 3 of his years. He has won a playoff game in each of his first 3 years, but then hit his head on a ceiling. And that is better than what we've seen from Sam Darnold. But would I rather go and get somebody who doesn't cost the same, who maybe hasn't gotten a chance and is ready to succeed based on seasoning, based on the amount of time in the league? Do you see where I'm going with this? Because if I'm also choosing Houston as an example, now, which AFC team is built like Seattle the most? Or which NFC team is built like the Texans the most? There's a lot of connective tissue here with a superb defense that's been drafted well. On top of that, You also get somebody like Danielle Hunter to add to your terrific defense, a veteran who's been at it a while. DeMarcus Lawrence, to me, feels like the Danielle Hunter of this equation. Do you see where I'm going with this? Nico Collins might be the JSN, although the JSN is younger and has better production. It seems like everything is set up similarly, although Seattle's offensive line, I think, is a little bit better. I'm kind of comparing apples to apples here about if you take Sam Darnold and put him on this Houston Texans team, this current version of Sam Darnold, put him on a Houston Texans team. Could C.J. Stroud become the next Sam Darnold? Entirely possible. But I am an owner of the NFL. I don't want to pay somebody 50-something million bucks a year unless he's already made a championship game or a Super Bowl. You've been advocating for this for a long time. Yeah. That you don't have to pay somebody that you've drafted highly all that money and then get stuck on the hook if that person's not the real thing. Look at Tua Tagovailoa and what's happened in Miami.
Exactly.
Look what's happening in Arizona. You don't have to do it. And Sam Darnold is now out there. And Jimmy G took a team to the Super Bowl. And the other ones that have gone to the Super Bowl in recent days are teams like the Chiefs, obviously, who drafted well and went with their guy and immediately saw success and don't have to worry about who's their quarterback and you pay him for the future. You sign him for a gajillion years and lock him up and throw away the key, which is what the Patriots are in right now. That situation. So at the end of the day, if the Seattle Seahawks win, everyone's going to be like, I want a Sam Darnold. And I would want to build a team that way. And we're going to talk about that with Mike Mayock in short order. Or if the Patriots win, I'm going to be like, I want to build it like New England. Although I think it's easier to build a team like the one in Seattle. Because how are you going to find a kid like Drake May? In this year's draft, there's no guarantee. In last year's draft, we saw Drake May, we saw Caleb, we saw Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, if he didn't get his ankle broken, would have played in an AFC championship
Quarterback
game
is a
this
major crapshoot, but the Patriots built that defense through free agency. And so that, that is a path that teams can take.
Yes. And the fact that Drake May has made it, and Jaden Daniels almost made it, and Caleb Williams flashed this year and clearly appears to be the real deal, and Bo Nix made it but couldn't answer the bell because his ankle got broken. Who does that leave from last year's draft? The injured Michael Penix Jr. and the oft-injured J.J. McCarthy. And who made the Super Bowl for the Seattle Seahawks? Sam Darnold, who was in Minnesota, who had 14 wins last year for Minnesota, who then left Minnesota, goes to Seattle, takes them to the Super Bowl, while the Vikings have an up-and-down season with J.J. McCarthy. When he was not healthy, in comes Carson Wentz, who was up and down, and then Carson Wentz gets hurt, and then they got to go to Max Brosmer, and they still had a 9-8 season because they won their last 5 games and fired their general manager anyway. And that's what happens when you let somebody walk out of the building who then goes to a Super Bowl. And Justin Jefferson, this past weekend, he's been awesome all year long, not throwing anybody under the bus. Many other wide receivers in this league would have said something passive-aggressive by now or fully aggressive by now. That would have put J.J. McCarthy further on the griddle, and then the front office further on the griddle, and the head coach potentially in a spot where he's got to say, knock it off. He didn't do that all season long. And a lot of his recent comments over the weekend, I believe, in a podcast involved with USA Today, the comments are clanking everywhere. And here's what he had to say with Sam Darnold making the Super Bowl in Seattle.
Does a part of you feel like, hey, if you ran it back one more year, maybe that could have been you?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, definitely. Especially, everyone knows the difficulty of the quarterback position this year, of how we was dealt it. But of course, having a quarterback that's already had the season under his belt with us, knew the plays, knew the playbook, knew the players, of course, throwing to me, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, all of these guys. I definitely felt like we would have done better. But, it is what it is. It's on to new and better things. But I'm definitely happy and proud for him that he was able to reach it this year.
You know what? I don't have a problem with a single syllable he just said. There's no question the Vikings would have been better with Sam Darnold this year. There's just no doubt about it. Now, we have the 2020 vision of looking back at it. And we definitely have a results-based opinion sitting here on the first Monday of February of Super Bowl week with Sam Darnold getting set to be front and center for the next 6 days and potentially for the rest of his life if he wins 6 days from now. But the Vikings, in the same way that I'm talking about how do you build a team, the Vikings were hoping that J.J. McCarthy would be this Drake May, which means, by the way, next year would be his Super Bowl year. And he would come in to season 2 with pretty much the same first-year experience as Drake May, because May didn't start his first full year. Sadly for the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy could have had his first full year be Drake May's type of first full year had he not blown his knee out in training camp. And it's that simple. If for the preseason he got through it healthy, then 2 years ago would have made this year his leap year. And instead it was his first year where you go through the ups and downs. And Sam Darnold, 100%, knowing the offense, knowing everything, coming back, having a contract, having everything that he had in Seattle, which is you're our guy. We choose you. We don't choose someone else. You're our guy. As a matter of fact, we got rid of our guy. We sent our guy to our old coach guy in Vegas for you. We put an offer on the table where you don't have to look over your shoulder and go, Drew Lock. No big deal. You don't have to look over your shoulder and go, oh, that's the kid that they drafted and definitely want to start here at some point. You can't blame Minnesota for figuring out this is our kid. We drafted our kid. We're going ahead with our kid this year. It's just the timing was off. Unless you just wanted to tell J.J. McCarthy, this is called the National Football League. It's called not for long. You had your shot. Your knee got blown out. And it's Sam Darnold's team. And you're going to be Jordan loved for as long as we want. And you're not going to have a single thing to say about it. And use this year as another year for you to get better. And we'll see what happens in year 3 or 4. But this is Sam Darnold's team. And then as soon as that guy began to struggle, or the offensive line that J.J. McCarthy struggled behind and Carson Wentz got hurt behind and J.J. McCarthy got hurt behind again because it was a revolving door. Do we know if Sam Darnold would have walked through this season healthy? There's so much happening with 2020 hindsight. And all you got to do is take a look at the fact that the Vikings fired their general manager Friday of Pro Bowl week, right? Or Friday of Pro Bowl week, Friday of Senior Bowl week, pardon me, and Pro Bowl week, I guess, Pro Bowl games week, my bad. The only thing that changed between the end of the regular season and the Friday of Senior Bowl week to cause the Vikings to say everything that you heard over the weekend about why they, rumors coming out about why the Vikings general manager was fired. Ridiculous. None of that, in my mind, is a fireable offense, nor is none of that anything different than firing him the Monday after the regular season, which, by the way, finished with 5 straight wins. And the Friday of Senior Bowl week, the only thing that's different is Sam Darnold made the Super Bowl. And word is Kevin O'Connell's like, yeah, our kid's not ready. We kind of need Sam here, but why would Sam stay there? After we heard, well, he hit his head on the ceiling in the finale against Detroit. He hit his head on the ceiling against the Rams. He's not the guy. Is he the guy? Is he really the guy? Or was the 14-win guy the guy? And the Seattle Seahawks were like, yeah, that's the guy. Let's go get him. Let's trade Geno Smith and go get him. So at the end of the day, I want to have a guy that I'm paying $30 million a year to go to the Super Bowl with already 6, 7, 8 years of experience bouncing around, I'll take a shot on that guy rather than maybe signing somebody who's won a playoff game and say, here's $55 million and we're locked into you for a while and this better work. I'm an owner. I'm saying I'd rather do that. Obviously, I'd rather have the Drake May pick. That's the winner of them all. Yeah. But that might be more of a unicorn than Sam Darnold.
Well, that leaves them open to, like Chris said, to spend, close to $300 million to upgrading that roster.
Jeez.
You can't do that unless you have a quarterback on that first.
Don't forget the way the Viking season ended and the way that everyone was talking about Sam Darnold. And Sam basically reading the room and going, yeah, they want to play the kid at some point. I'm going to a spot where there is no kid, and I'm the guy. And I'm up there in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm going to do what I need to do in relative quiet, peace and quiet compared to the rest of the media world and its focus.
Also, Rich, what were they really thinking would have been good for Justin Jefferson?
Well, what he was really thinking is again, what he's really thinking is we would have been better with Sam Darnold. I understand why we stuck with the kid. I do see some moxie in the kid. And let's hope the kid is next year's Drake May. That's why I would as well.
I was on a record-breaking trajectory for my career, and this year I put up the worst numbers I have in a season where
which is, again,
played a full season.
Kudos to him that he didn't go all off all season long.